All right, CL, go ahead.
Armando, what would you say you learned about this team in this game? You guys played in the 10 games you played at home. I think the closest was a 7-point game. The average margin of victory is like 17. And even though this ended up being a 10-point win, it seemed like you guys had to just tough it out with the offensive stretches you had where you weren't making shots. What did you learn about you guys, your team?
Yeah, I mean, today was great. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we stuck together through the tough stretches. I mean, both teams, it was a long stretch where neither one of us could get a bucket, and just for us to just be resilient and just stay aggressive and just thug this one out. I mean, Virginia Tech, their record doesn't show it, but they're a great team, and this is a good win.
Michael Coe.
Hey, Armando. So when it comes to all those missed layups that y'all had today, is that just all mental? Like when you miss one or two in a row, it starts to sort of get a mental block in your head?
Nah, not really. I mean, usually, I mean, I guess you can say so a little bit, but I look at it like maybe something's wrong with the rim because I don't try to, put it on myself because I'm confident in myself. And yeah, it was something wrong with the rim. It wasn't me.
Thanks.
I think somebody was controlling it up top.
Thank you.
Adam Smith.
Throwing me a curveball with that one, Armando. You guys' ability to sort of close it out. It was like a 3-point game there with about 5.5 minutes left. And, it looked like you and Brady were getting pretty gassed. Like, how tired were you? And sort of what CL asked, what do you think about just sort of the guts you guys showed to be able to fight through some of that fatigue?
Yeah, I mean, today it was a very physical game. I mean, me and Brady were fighting with Aluma and Mutz. I mean, it was a great game. We all just was down there fighting. And, I mean, like I said, it was a long stretch where both bigs were tired from both teams, and we just had to keep fighting and thug it out.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, Armando, looking at this game in comparison to the previous two games, you were able to come away with the win, pulling away late. But it seems like the last few games, the offense hasn't quite flowed the way it has in previous victories. Do you think there's anything specific to that? Anything defenses are doing now, or anything you guys are getting away from?
Yeah, I mean, we just was flat, kind of. We wasn't really getting into our secondary break. We was just relying on half-court offense. And, I mean, I think Carolina just from the past all the way into now has just been successful in getting into the secondary offense. And that's something we tried to get back to today. I mean, today we finally got the lob off a regular, first time of the year, so that was great.
Andrew.
Armando, they had a 15-2 run in the first half, and then there was that period in the second half where you guys just didn't score for a while. And in previous games, there were more situations where you guys may have stressed a little bit or not handled the adversity well. But you responded both times late in the first half, closing stronger than closing the game out. Was there something learned tonight about being able to handle in-game adversity?
Yeah, I mean, I think tonight just showed how great we can be if we can just stick together and just not panic in tough situations and just, play Carolina basketball and just do our thing. And today I feel like we grew a lot and learned a lot about ourselves as a team.
Thank you.
Brendan, go ahead.
Hey, Armando, I was just going to ask you, what happened on the technical there from your vantage point, if you can get into it or whatnot? And it seemed like that was almost a spark for the other guys, seeing you get into it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was a physical game. I mean, we was just having fun. And I mean, it sparked both teams, and it was just a physical game. So I liked it. It was a good tech.
Ross, go ahead.
Hey, Armando, how was practice on Sunday? Can you kind of go through what it was like? Was it different coming off the two losses that got y'all ready for this game? Can you give us some details into that?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't so more just beating on our bodies and getting up and down and doing a lot of stuff. It was just more of we just had a lot of conversations as a team with the coaches, and the coaches just wanted to make sure our morale was good and just telling us we got a tough week of basketball coming up. We got 3 games in 5 or 6 days, so we can't harp on the past, and we just got to stay positive and move forward. I mean, we got a good chance of putting ourselves in a good position this week, even through all the losses we had last week.
All right, Andrew, go ahead.
Hey, Armando, I wanted to ask you about you guys' defense in the second half. They weren't getting a lot of the same shots they were getting in the first half. In fact, I think they went about 19 minutes without even hitting a three in the second half. What did you guys do differently?
I mean, with Virginia Tech offense, they run it so hard and there's so many different sets and looks. So, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where you kind of got to get used to different things and you start to recognize what they're calling out. And I think that really helped us because, I mean, their coach does a good job of doing a lot of misdirection screens. And so we just kind of had to figure it out and just stick with our principles.
All right. Thank you, Mondo. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll get Leaky in here momentarily if anybody